Good morning. Welcome back to Tiki Rick Adventures. I'm Tiki Rick. Good to see you guys again. Thank you for joining me today on this adventure. So I'm started out at the, can you guess? Did you guess already? Grand California Hotel. I am here today for Oogie Boogie Bash. So this is going to be two-part videos. You're actually going to be seeing this video second. So tonight I'll be doing Oogie Boogie Bash, and since that's more time sensitive, I'll be getting that one out first because I'm going to do a separate vlog. I'm going to vlog today and I'm going to try Halloween food. So come along with me for this adventure today, and I'll continue it tomorrow too. Starting out this morning at the Cappuccino Cart. I want to get the maple bacon bread pudding and the pumpkin bund cake. So let's give those a try and we'll go to the Cappuccino Cart and get our breakfast. All right.
Hip, hip, and a clippity clop. Yeah, he's out looking for a top shot. So don't stop to figure out a plan. You can't reason without understand. I'ma tell you, brother, it's a frightful sight. Halloween.
So I made a stop at the Cappuccino Cart this morning and I got my breakfast. I got a couple of things, so let me show you what I got here. The first thing that I got is the maple bread pudding. And this looks really good. It smells overwhelmingly bacony. I don't get a lot of maple, I don't get a lot of anything else in there, but there are candied pecans, there's maple syrup, and there's a creme anglaise that comes with it. Don't ask, now you know this is creme anglaise. There's no description when you mobile order, so I asked the girl what the little cup was that she was handing me, and she must have thought I was the stupidest person in the whole universe based on her answer, because of course it was a creme anglaise. She didn't know it was creme anglaise, but she said it was a sauce for the bread pudding. I just wanted to make sure I had all my ducks in a row, you know, that it wasn't a sauce for something else like the bun cake or something like that, just because it wasn't mentioned, but don't ask that, apparently. But yeah, so now we know it's a creme anglaise, which is, you know, a very simple custard. There's a lot of bacon on there. There's a lot of candied pecans. It looks really good. That creme anglaise, I think, is going to be my favorite part. It's very, very, very moist. It's very dense. Now let me preface this by saying that at least I do like the combination of maple and bacon. A maple bacon donut is really good. I like sweet and savory a lot. This I don't really care for. It's overwhelmingly bacony, and it's like bacony in the meaty way. They're using a lot of fatty pieces of bacon, and I don't know, it just, something about it was off. Even the smell of it is super, super bacony. There's not a lot of maple. It's not really that sweet either, which is really surprising. I would have wanted it to be a little more sweet than this. That bacon's kind of gnarly with it. It just doesn't vibe all together very well. The creme anglaise is really good. I really like the creme anglaise, but I think it needs an element that's a little sweeter, maybe like a cream cheese frosting or a maple frosting, something like that. It's not the worst thing I've ever had, but it's not the best either. I'd give it like a 6 out of 10. I wouldn't recommend ordering this. I think there's going to be a lot better treats around, but I think they moved these from the Pacific Wharf, which is now Aunt Cass Cafe. I think they moved them to the Cappuccino Cart because usually they have the seasonal bread pudding. So this is their seasonal one for fall, the maple bacon. And they've had better bread puddings. This is not my favorite of their bread puddings. It was served very, very hot, and that was nice. That's a nice touch. I didn't expect to get it so hot from a cart. Everything is all discombobulated over here, though. I'm at a high top table. Normally I went to go to my normal spot, my normal table, and it's moved today. There's actually tables missing. They have them on the outside of the fence because later they're going to be the dessert party for Oogie Boogie Bash. So it's kind of cool to see them get ready for Oogie Boogie Bash already this morning. But yeah, never been at a high top over on this side. Usually the high tops are along that wall there. But yeah, this is a nice place to sit for the morning. It is very humid. If you can see, the clouds are around It's a low temperature, but it's very, very humid this morning. So hopefully it cools off when the cloud cover goes away. So yeah. Okay, this one's gonna give me a mustache there. I got a Nitro Cold Brew. Now I like cold brews, but I like just a nice Americano the best. Probably just the easiest and cheapest form of coffee. The cheapest form to get caffeinated. Nitro Cold Brews can be good, but they can be kind of gimmicky too. They're not always the best. Sometimes they're a little overpriced. This one was nearly $6, so that's quite a bit. But you are getting a lot of liquid in there. That's a good like 16 ounces of liquid, so let's give it a go. Cold brew shouldn't be as bitter, and this tastes like it kind of made with old beans, old coffee beans. Maybe they use pre-ground or they're not serving enough cold brew, but it doesn't taste fresh. It tastes a little stale. Now, when I make cold brew at home, I just take the Costco Kirkland blend. You know, it's roasted by Starbucks. I'm not a Starbucks boy, but I like the blend by Kirkland that's roasted by Starbucks in the green bag. It's just their house blend. But I take the whole beans and I grind them shortly before using them, within a few days of using them usually. So I like fresh coffee. Maybe that's just me and I'm particular, but when I make cold brew at home, I just put the ground coffee into a jar and I let that jar sit on the counter, and the next day I filter that out and I drink that in the afternoon. Super simple. Doesn't need to get more complicated than that. I don't add nitrogen, nothing like that. The effervescence doesn't add too much to it. I don't think there's really like a huge plus side to having coffee that's fizzy. I think having flat coffee is totally fine. Yeah, I just get the regular cafe Americano. It's not great. I don't know why it tastes a little bit stale. Maybe it's just me, but it doesn't taste like the freshest coffee. Yeah, and it should not be that acidic. There shouldn't be that many tannins and bitterness to it. Especially because it's cold brew. That's kind of telling me that this might have been brewed hot and then cooled down so that nitrogen was added. Not everything is true to form, you know, not everything's true to its name. Just because they call it cold brew doesn't mean it was actually brewed cold. But yeah, it shouldn't have that much acidity to it if it was actually a cold brew. Ooh. Ugh. Yeah, that, I don't know what's going on there. It's giving me the shivers. All right, this is the one I'm most excited for. This is the Pumpkin Bund Cake. It has a dulce de leche and cream cheese frosted filling. I mean, how amazing is that? Let me see if I can pick them up. And the cutest thing is that little, look at that chocolate stem on top. That is adorable. That is really adorable. How cute is that? But yeah, I love the ratio of cream cheese frosting to cake. It's perfect. It's like two cupcakes are sharing the same amount of frosting on top. I like less frosting on a cupcake, so I think I'm gonna enjoy this a lot. Is that a pretzel? I think it might be a little pretzel piece they're using for the chocolate. Let me see. Oh, it was stuck with caramel too. Oh, it's just chocolate. I like this, but it's not super strong in flavor. That might be a good thing to some people. I wish it had a little more pumpkin flavor to it. I wish it had a little more sweetness even. It's very subtle. This would be very good with a cup of tea, more like an afternoon treat. But as a dessert, I don't know if it holds up as a dessert truly. It's not really that sweet. The cream cheese frosting in it is really nice and light. It's not super dense like cream cheese frosting can be sometimes. It's almost aired on the whipped side. It's almost like a vanilla bundt cake with a hint of pumpkin in it. It needs a little more prevalent pumpkin flavor to it, but it is very good. I'm a huge sucker for pumpkin flavored things, so I love pumpkin in general. I don't love this. I'd say it's like a 7.5 out of 10 maybe. Dang, what a bummer. I had really high expectations for this breakfast this morning, so kind of let down a little bit. Not totally let down. Maybe my expectations were just too high coming into it. But I will enjoy the coffee. I will enjoy this all. I'm going to save the bundt cake for later and then finish the bread pudding since that's hot. They're good snacks for the morning. Probably get something savory after this though. They're not the best treats, so stay tuned. I'll find the best Halloween treats that we have around here. I tried the frosting on its own, and there's no way there's dulce de leche elements to the frosting. Guess what they mean is this little, what they meant is this little tiny dollop of dulce de leche is on top, but the description says it's a dulce de leche cream cheese frosting. So that implies that it's like one, right? One and the same, like they blended it in. I tried the cream cheese frosting on its own, and it tastes like confectioner sugar and cream cheese, but very little confectioner sugar. It's very, very unsweetened. This on its own, though, let me give that a go. The dulce de leche itself is excellent, but that should have been a stronger element. There's literally just like a teaspoon of it on the whole cake. Really good, though. I wish they improved the weak spots on it. Into a license company and I found an Ahsoka display. Some of these things aren't brand new, but it's cool that they're all put together in the same place. I like when they do that when shows come out. If you're looking for a costume, here's one option. It's a Ahsoka headdress. You could be her. Ages 5 and up, and that's $49.99. I have so many Disney mugs, but I love this one. Absolutely love it. The glaze inside is like a kind of a grayish blue, almost a turquoise, but more blue than green. It matches her stripes on her head. It's a very large coffee mug. I mean, that holds like 20 ounces of coffee. You could use that as a soup canister, a thermos. $19.99. And the price is removed on these, but it has a, this is so odd, it's a Mickey earband attached to the Ahsoka headdress there. I guess $39.99 on those, but the price is all ripped off. So if you like Disney and you like Ahsoka, this is the best of both worlds. You rock Mickey and Ahsoka at the same time. For $26.99 you can get this Ahsoka Tano plushie. This is cool. I like how they did her face. I like the stylization. It's very soft up here. This one's really cool, a kid's shirt. It's got 6 different color gradients of Chopper on it. I'm loving Chopper so far. Glad he's becoming a character. Nothing on the back. This little kid's shirt is just darling. Look at the shoulder cutouts on that. Very unique. Got an Ahsoka tag there. $31.99. This is also really cool. I like how the shoulders have cutouts and the arms are striped like hers. Wow. This is actually very soft. The inside and the outside are very, very soft. It's got that same Ahsoka tag down here. $59.99 for that. $34.99. This tank top. This one has one shoulder cut out on it. Very unique. It's kind of the theme in this new series of shirts. It's almost like a watercolor painting of her. That's very nice. And there's Star Wars Ahsoka shirt, a t-shirt for adults here. And this is a very soft shirt, but there's no price tag on it. Maybe $29.99. Nice and soft though. And there's also this kid's hoodie. Same tag. It is $49.99. Nothing on the back. The hood is really unique. It's got this sort of headpiece so you can look like her. Very cool.
You're joking. You're joking. I can't believe my eyes. All these people here to see little old me.
It's like it's gonna rain. It rained last week and it was not predicted. I can feel it in the air. It's very cold and the clouds just got darker. This is so weird, but it still says it's not gonna rain. Stay tuned to find out. I love the spooky versions of these banners. Look at that, the spooky Mark Twain with all the bats above it on the Rivers of America. The spooky Rivers of America. These are all really, really cool. Look at that. The trolley. The bats are trolley people, trolley bats, and they're swarming the trolley. So someone in that trolley made them very mad. Okay, I'm having way too much fun looking at these. The tractors have bat wings and they're chasing them. That is amazing. With the geyser. I just love how bats are the theme of this all. Oh. You are right, sir. Boogie boogie. What's more terrifying, the wheel of death? Or a swarm of bats coming from the wheel to get you down on the boardwalk like this guy? Oh, they're attacking that whole family. The bats riding the Incredicoaster. They want cookies too. Bats on Big Thunder Mountain. That is hilarious. I love these. Each one of these tells a story, and you know, all stories are up to interpretation, up to your own analysis. I'm analyzing this one. I think the goat's dynamite. The goat threw the dynamite and blew up the bats. Look at that. They're running, or they're scared of the dynamite. When you're facing this way, none of them are the 100, so those have to be mistakes. Somebody misplaced a couple of these banners. Methinks. I love the pumpkin characters. They all look so good when they come out for fall. It feels like fall. Right now, in this moment, it feels like fall. 20 minutes ago, it was humid, it was hot. This is so odd. Super, super odd. Donald came over to say hello to this Donald. Hey, Donald. Hey, fellow Donald. That's his favorite pumpkin right there. We always come to look at it. I love the autumnal bunting. It's just the prettiest colors. Look at that. That last one said Halloween Tim because the leaf blocked it. That's not Tim, that's Mickey Mouse. We all know that. You're not fooling anybody. But I came to this one so that way it'd be the right way. Halloween time. That looks better.
Oh wow, it's pretty much. Thank you.
All the sunflowers are a little bit confused since the cloud is covered. They don't know which way to face because they can't find the sun today. We're all confused, sunflowers. Look at Jack has a tail decoration. Jack has a tail decoration. Important news. Bunting on his butt. Butt bunting. They also braided a nice orange ribbon into his hair. Very pretty. Oh, he's got black ribbon in there too. Nice Jack. Gentleman Jack right there. He's such a good boy. He knows his training cues. They don't even have to cue him twice. What a good boy. He heard me talking about him. Hi, Jack. Okay, now they're gonna back Oliver up to the trolley. They have to switch sides. If you guys don't realize the operations, they switch sides to pull the trolley backstage. So when they're done with the trolley, they actually have to re-hitch the horse like this. Oliver doesn't know his cues quite as well as Jack. He is newer. Look at that long tail. Beautiful Clydesdale. There's a fairly lengthy queue to do the Mickey Pumpkin picture, so get here early. If you want to do this picture, do that early and get it out of the way. Look at this flower bed. Wow, just fantastic. All right, I can hear the band coming, so I'm gonna watch them at the train station. This is my favorite place on Main Street to watch them, so it's a good spot. You can get a spot under the shade too if you catch one of the benches before people get here. You can always line up on the curb, and there's always plenty of spots there too. So it just feels like fall. It's nice and cool, and I'm gonna enjoy the band. Hopefully they play some Halloween special music. So we'll see what they're gonna play today. So it's kind of funny. All of us were sat there for about half hour waiting for the band, and they rerouted today. So they're going to stop at the Pumpkin, and then they're going to go through the exit door over there. So we would have sat there for nothing. I'm glad a lady came over and told us, because they had a whole audience lined up to watch them in front of the train station over there today. And yeah, they're saying they're not going to play over there. So change of plans. Every year I come over to say hi to this pumpkin, the eldest pumpkin. It's my favorite. Right above 20th Century Music Company. There's a whole crowd that watches them too. These guys they're a funny looking crowd. Make sure you guys mobile order Jolly Holiday, because they have a lot of Halloween treats, so it's been a really popular spot. Whew. The line stretches all the way out. I went to change my mobile order to sooner, and you cannot. It is too busy. There's no tables even. They're at capacity. Wow. I was right. I keep checking the weather, but it says it's not going to rain. I just felt drops. Right into Adventureland. Those were big drops, too. The clouds are definitely dark enough that it's going to rain, you can tell. You wish us luck for Oogie Boogie tonight, though. That could ruin the whole party if it rains. We'll see. Just quite a crowd over here because the Haunted Mansion keeps breaking down. I'll ride it one of these days. This is the second time I've come over, though, and it's not operating. Having a real-life Pocahontas moment. I just walked past Pocahontas and this hummingbird's right here. Hey, bye, Flit. Thanks for gracing us with your presence. Just a pro tip, never hesitate to go to the nurse's office. I have a really bad mosquito bite from one of those ankle biters. Man, I was itching like crazy today. I didn't have any anti-itch stuff, so I went into the first aid, and they had two options. They had 1% hydrocortisone, and they had 2% diphenhydramine hydrochloride. Perfect. This is like the Benadryl that I have at home, and they'll give you a couple packets of them if you need it. And the nurses at Disney are just the nicest people on earth, so you always have a nice chat with them, enjoy some air conditioning, and refill your cold water while you're there. But yeah, the nurses station is like really underrated and really underused here. I've never really waited in a line. You just have to sign their little board, and once you sign in, they'll give you anything that you need. You know, nothing prescription, but anything over the counter that you need. Alright, so I'm at Rancho del Zocalo, but I went to Jolly Holiday just to get some treats, some Halloween treats. And I'm going to head out after this, actually, and to put on my jacket for Oogie Boogie Bash, check into my hotel room, get everything settled. They said my suite's ready, so I'm excited to go back to the room. And I like to unpack before the end of the night. That way I'll unpack, and then I'll head over to DCA, and I'll do Oogie Boogie Bash. Also, just a side note, please be nice to the cast members, extra nice. I've seen and I've had conversations today, actually, with multiple people where it seems like the person that's really polite actually gets chewed out, because when a rude person is rude to a cast member, they walk away and they leave after that. That cast member holds on to those things, and you know, it's hard to let things go. It's kind of like how a smile is contagious. The negativity is also very contagious. It starts a ripple effect. Unfortunately, it affects people like me. I'm very polite, but when there's not anything specific I did, just rude responses to things like, I grabbed one of these. She told me I could not have one because I didn't order drinks. It's very odd, but they gave me this and 3 other things to hold. So I wanted one of those just to set this in. It worked perfectly. It was just crazy that there's a lot of gatekeepers and a lot of grumpy people. So be nice to everybody. Be nice to your cast members, please. Please. I know none of you watching this, or you're not the one who brings the cast members anyways. So it's just falling on deaf ear. But all right, let me spoon through this pumpkin chai cream puff. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna take a bite. I try to cut this and I'm just making a mess because all I have is a spoon. Ready? Oh. It smells like the best piece of pumpkin pie you've ever had in your life. This is exactly what I was hoping the bund cake would have been earlier. This is phenomenal. 9.5 out of 10. The chocolate crunchy pearls are fantastic. It adds a lot of texture to that sea of mush. The mousse is nice and fluffy, not too sweet, not too dense, very nice and fluffy and airy. It's been whipped really well. And how adorable. I mean, they're just the cutest little treats you've ever seen. It's got a little pumpkin stem on there. All it needs is a little leaf. I'm surprised they didn't do a little green leaf. This is super, super good. Like, I'm not even hungry and I'm gonna eat this whole thing. But, like I said before, full disclosure, I love pumpkin. I'm a sucker for pumpkin stuff. I am a basic white girl. I like pumpkin spice lattes. Not really, I don't go to Starbucks ever. But I like pumpkin flavored things. Sorry if I had cream on my septum piercing earlier. I had to wipe that off. I couldn't tell in the frame. But you can taste the pumpkin spice, which is ginger, clove, cinnamon. Really, really fantastic. This is not the best way to eat it. Like, grab a knife, that way you can cut it up. This is just kind of a mess. It mushes everything up into your nose. It's kind of like getting that fuzzy tauntaun from tube. The fuzzy tauntaun that just covers your nose. That's what this is doing. It's not a milk mustache. It's more like a pumpkin mousse mustache. 100% gonna finish that. That is awesome. Now the other two, I can only take a bite of because I'm pretty full. I haven't had any real food today, which is very unlike me. I don't usually consume a lot of sugar. Usually I consume a lot of protein. I'm usually on just a higher protein and whole wheat diet. I like whole grains and proteins. Try to avoid the carbs when I can, but when I'm at Disneyland, I do all the carbs. Look how cute that is. Minnie and her bat costume. Oh look, we match kind of. Me and Minnie are matching. Sorry, Minnie. That was very evil. I made a nefarious face. I like white chocolate. So this is the Pecan Carmel Trifle. I've heard it's very pecan heavy, but I like pecan pie. I was like violet, I'm turning violet, except for I'm turning orange. That pumpkin, don't pick up that pumpkin, it turns everything orange. Just wait till midnight and see what I look like. Should never touch that pumpkin. Learn your lesson from me. Alright, let me get this caramel trifle. So I got a little bit of, there's some cake, there's some cream. It's like a chantilly cream. I couldn't find the description for this one. And the app, I think that's also why the cast members are extra grumpy today. The app has not worked the entire day. Every time I pull open the app, it says that the app is frozen or it's failing to work. It's been that way since this morning, so I don't know if IT is trying to work on something or what they're doing. Maybe they're working on a patch today and they haven't put out an update. If you don't like pecan pie, you're not going to like this. If you love pecan pie like me, you'll probably love this. This is, again, 8.5, 9 out of 10. This is a redemption from earlier today. Those treats weren't really that great earlier. This is fantastic. That tastes like, the top layer tastes like the best pecan pie you've ever had. You can taste that they used light corn syrup. I don't know if it's real caramel. I think it's mostly just corn syrup and pecans, like a pecan pie is. The cake itself, it's fairly moist. Now the real question, do I like this more than pecan pie? I don't know. Does the cake offer more than just having pecans and corn syrup in it? It's hard to say. Let me get to the bottom and see. That'll be the determining factor. The cake doesn't add a lot. Right now I prefer just the pecans in the cake, but that third element will be the determining factor. They're equidistant. I'd say that's pretty much the same as pecan pie. The cake doesn't do too much, but it's just as good as pecan pie. That is super, super good. I really like the cream in the bottom. There's a lot of cream too, so it adds a nice light layer there. All right, I better stop. Those are too good. I'm eating way more than I intended to eat. That's how you know it's really good. They're getting the best of me here. All right, this last one, I only have room to take one more bite, but I didn't want to get too full because, you know, you judge things differently when you're not hungry. They say hunger is the best seasoning. Is that not the truth? So this one is filled with a vanilla cream. Wow. It's a custard cream. It's like the strawberry one, but they put streusel and apple on top. I don't know. I love apple pie, but I think I'm gonna like the strawberry croissant better. Let's give this a go. Let's see. I'm gonna bite right from the middle. That way you can get like everything in there. So just don't like if I make a mess. Wow. 9 out of 10. I don't know, again, I can't choose between that and the strawberry. They're equidistant. That is phenomenal. It tastes like a piece of apple strudel pie with crumble on top, and the vanilla cream really is like the melted ice cream, you know, when you have a la mode. This is as close as you're going to get to apple pie a la mode as not actually eating pie. Even the croissant has like pie-like, you know, consistency to it. It's very, very fantastic. All three of these are three of the best desserts I've had all year. Jolly Holiday is always a good go-to. You can't beat Jolly Holiday. See, I tried out Cappuccino Cart. Look where that got me. It got me nowhere. So always go to Jolly Holiday. They know what they're doing there. They just have the best pastry chefs, I swear. It's awesome. Fantastic though. Don't miss out on these. The apple one is seasonal, so you'll probably have a little bit longer, maybe into November. Probably until winter season changes over. But the other two are going to be Halloween specific, so those will be over after October 31st. So get those before the holiday time. The other one, the apple one, you have a little more wiggle room, so maybe get that last. But yeah, definitely give these a try. Absolutely fantastic. 100% would recommend these all in good faith. It's really hard to pick the winner. The pumpkin chai cream puff, I'm going to say is my number one. And I'm going to just put a tie. The pecan and the apple are a tie for me. But I love pecans, I love apples, and I love pumpkins. So all flavors are just right up my alley, so it's perfect. All right, so this is part 2 of me trying the Halloween food. Sorry, I'm not sick or anything, just losing my voice just a little. It's a little rough. Sometimes when I stay up too late at night, it gets a little hoarse. I had some allergies this morning, but took an allergy pill and I'm feeling good. Got some restful sleep thanks to the DoubleTree. One of the best places for sleep. It's one of the quietest hotels in the area that I stayed at. And it's an all-suites hotel, so you get like a locked-off bedroom. You really don't hear the noise from the hall, and it's really awesome. Oogie Boogie was great last night, but I want to continue the food journey today, so let's just have a fun Disney adventure today. Minnie, I wanted to meet you in your Halloween costume. You look fabulous. I love the bats. Are you in charge of the Esplanade too? Because there's a lot of bats on the banners out there, and I love them. And in the Belfry. Can we get a picture together? Awesome. You guys hear the song? So I just went and got the trading card that magic key holders can pick up from Disneyland. They're going to have a new trading card each week as a collector's item. And it was Thurl Ravenscroft. So coming out to hear Thurl Ravenscroft singing was kind of funny. It was kind of ironic. He's the bass that you hear in this song. To socialize. He's the bass singer though, but he was also Tony the Tiger. He's done a lot of things in his career, but he's the bust at the end of the Haunted Mansion that some people say looks like Walt, but it's actually Thurl. But yeah, go get your trading card because they're free right now, and any magic key holder can go and pick one up. Might as well get it.
You showed this to Mr. Mr. Disney, all right?
Okay, it's gonna go straight to Walt.
I'm in the moving pictures.
I'm gonna take this straight to Walt right after this,
so give me
okay?
any emotion.
Happy,
Okay.
sad, elated, excited. Oh my gosh, you're nailing the subtle nuances. You're nailing it.
That's what I thought.
You're
I've been
absolutely
practicing in
nailing
the
it.
mirror and everything. Yeah,
You're doing.
yeah,
You might want to practice a little more, but you're doing a great
really?
job. You're doing a
Which
great
ones do I
job.
need to- Well, yeah, okay. Do you need any more?
Officer Blue wants to do it now. All right, so I came over to Smoke Jumper's Grill to try out one of the Halloween treats. It's the Ghostly Double Cheeseburger. It's got a beef and soy chorizo patty with provolone, avocado crema. It's got cabbage on it, pico de gallo, and it's got a ghost pepper black bean spread, which sounds really intriguing. Disney burgers aren't my favorite burgers. I like thin burgers. I don't really like the frozen, hockey puck burgers too much. But I wanted to give this a go because it sounded really intriguing. I like spicy food, and I was hoping that'd be a little bit spicy. It comes with, for one extra $1, you can put onion rings instead of French fries. And I did onion rings, so I love onion rings. These are the really good kind of onion rings, the like beer battered kind. I don't know if there's really beer in the batter, but like how that beer battered onion rings have that specific consistency to it, kind of like you get from a chip shop. These are amazing. So even if I don't like the burger, I'll just fill up on these. These onion rings are so good that when I ride the monorail, I can smell them when the monorail passes over this section. Always makes me really hungry. It makes me salivate. I'm like Pavlov's dog. Every time I smell that, I'm just like... So now I get on the monorail and I just drool. You gotta do the double dip. You do a barbecue and ranch. That's the way to go. I love barbecue sauce. Ranch is good too, but I love barbecue sauce. That's my ride or die. Barbecue sauce is definitely my best gal. That is so good. I do not like messy food because, I'm just particular. But this is going to be such a mess to eat. I don't even know how to get my mouth around it. Value-wise, the price is pretty high for a cheeseburger. It was $14.99, which is pretty expensive for a cheeseburger. But it's big. You could definitely split this. You could easily cut it in half. I was going to cut it in half and show you guys, but Smoke Jumpers doesn't have any knives today. There's no knives in the dispensers, and they don't have any in stock. So I'll just eat it, the best I can. It'd be a lot easier though to cut it in half. So bear with me. I do not know how to describe that. It does not taste like a burger. Honestly, it tastes like you're biting into a burrito. It is a little spicy. I'm probably getting some of the ghost pepper heat from the black bean spread. I can definitely taste that, and it's good. I can definitely taste that. I'm here for it. It's really good. The burger as a whole, though, I don't know if all the elements work. There's a lot going on. That cabbage, the pico de gallo heats up. I'm the type, I like pico de gallo, it's fine. But I usually ask for it on the side in burritos because it warms up and it starts to kind of cook through the tomatoes. I don't really care for those half-cooked tomatoes like that. The avocado crema, let me try that on its own. There's not really anything avocado about it. It just tastes like a normal Mexican crema. There's a slight tint of green to it. So they probably are mixing in avocados, and it's not very much. It's not very present or prevalent. To be honest, I'm not really sure what I'm eating in the meat department here. It reminds me of the consistency and the texture of Morningstar Farms grillers, the veggie burgers. It said soy chorizo and beef. So I'm wondering, it doesn't mean it's like Impossible chorizo mixed with beef, or it's soy chorizo is like plant-based chorizo, right? Am I reading that wrong? See, look at that. Just look at the color and the texture. It's really springy, like a griller is. I think the beef is real. I don't know why they would mix fake meat with real meat like that. I really don't care for this. I'm just gonna eat the onion rings. I gave it a try though. I gave it a go. But yeah, it's definitely not my favorite burger. It's not bad, and it's a good size. You could easily split that, but it's just not my personal favorite. I'd give it like a 6 maybe, 6 out of 10. But, if you really like burgers and if any of these elements sounds intriguing, then definitely give it a go. But I wouldn't really recommend it. There's better burgers around here, even just the regular burger with barbecue sauce. The problem is I really like barbecue sauce, and barbecue sauce would not bind with this. You can't just drown it in barbecue sauce and mask the flavors. So yeah, I'll just eat the onion rings. I hate when you pick a perfectly acceptable spot and the sun starts encroaching. Like, come on, bro, stay in your lane. I gotta move pretty soon. I'm gonna start sunburning here.